Hello and welcome to a World of Warcraft TBC Classic video. This video will be my official plea to Blizzard to implement fresh Classic servers for TBC. If you want fresh servers in Classic WoW for the Burning Crusade, do me a favor and hit that like button down below to help spread the information, and leave your thoughts on the subject in the comments down below. As a quick note, when I say fresh TBC servers, this is what I mean. Everyone starts at level 1, there's no transfers available from other Classic servers, and preferably launch these servers with the TBC pre-patch so we can level Blood Elves and Draenei. So why fresh? I think fresh servers is a great way to attract new players to the Classic WoW version of the game. If you want the game to keep thriving, we need new people to come into the game as well, and not just Classic players to keep playing. Put yourself in a new player's shoes. How would you like to start in a game where you know people have stocked up millions of gold and several accounts with characters that have their banks filled with materials, as well as people with tier 3 and legendaries that are still best in slot for the early content phases of TBC? You know you're behind them in literally every sense of progression, whether you're a PvPer, PvEer, raider, goldmaker, or anything else. You are behind people that have played before you. Sure, this is how it's always been in every game expansion, but Classic is different, and some of the items from Classic are still best in slot for TBC as well for the early phases. This hasn't really been the case for the latest expansions for World of Warcraft, and for games like this, for Classic and vanilla games, and relaunch of games, there's always been fresh servers to give people a completely even playing field. So here's some reasons for fresh TBC servers. It gives everyone an even playing field in terms of progression, gold, economy, levels, gear, professions, and it gives us a completely fresh realm where the economy will be thriving from the start, and low level materials will be used by everyone to skill up professions, because everyone starts from scratch. Classic players have 100% mounts where boosters, and some new levelers will only have 60% mounts starting out. On top of this, people who have saved will have flying mounts not long after launch. Being constantly physically behind is not a good thing in an impatient community obsessed with min-maxing. If you've been playing Classic, you know min-maxing is a huge deal, and parsing as well, and I experienced it after returning a few months into Classic, when I didn't really have a mount or a good mount. You will be told to hurry up constantly, and you'll even be excluded sometimes because you take too long. You also won't be able to compete with others with faster mounts for finding materials, and you will notice it in battlegrounds, the open world, and really anywhere you go. Next up, bots have pumped literally millions of gold into several Classic servers that will artificially pump up the price of items because there is more gold circulating in the server economy. I've drawn a picture to demonstrate this, and it looks like this. It's not the best, but basically, where the left half of the picture shows a server without fresh servers, the right side is the fresh server itself. The golden apple represents a semi-valuable material found in the open world that you as a new player need to buy either for a quest or to craft a gear piece that you need. On a fresh server, this item could cost you 10 gold, while on a progression server, the same item is artificially pumped up to 950 gold, because people that have played since Classic WoW has accumulated tons of gold over time, so they have several thousand gold each, and bots have pumped millions of gold into the economy as well. Throughout your time leveling from 60 to 70, let's say you make exactly 10 gold, which would be enough to buy that golden apple on a fresh server, but on a progression server you still get the same gold from leveling and from questing, but those 10 gold are now only worth 1% of that apple, and you have no idea how to get it or get the rest of the gold, so you result to either quitting the game or you just straight up buy gold, none of which are a healthy option for the game itself. Hyperinflated prices will make new players have much less purchasing power on the auction house, just like demonstrated in the picture. Crafting profession markets will be cornered not just from the market goblins, but even the average player before new players can even level up their professions. As a new player coming back when Classic WoW launched, the most fun thing about the game was the leveling experience. I've made so many friends from leveling from 1 to 60, and it was an amazing experience. If you're entering Classic WoW as a new player for TBC, you'll either have to level up to level 60 alone, which is an entirely different experience than when everyone is leveling and you always have people to group up with for quests and dungeons. The only dungeon groups you can find in Classic right now are boosting groups where you need gold to spend on them, so that's not ideal for new players either. You can of course cash out on a level 58 boost, but that will remove a huge portion of the game and will make you feel less emotionally attached to your character and the game itself, and probably make you quit faster based on personal experience with retail. Also, here's a couple of bonus reasons to launch these servers that are definitely not main prios or main points, but there's some extra reasons. First of all, we get a new Raise the World First 1 to 60 before TBC launch, which can function as a social media hype for TBC itself, and the cost of hosting at least one fresh TBC server per region can't possibly cost Blizzard more than they will gain from it. Even if 1,000 people want fresh servers, I would assume they make money from it over time, and based on watching several people's streams like Cargos, Stay Safe, and Arleus as well, and reading their chat, I can tell there is a huge demand for fresh, both from new players and existing players, and several people have left comments on my videos as well, saying that if we don't get fresh TBC servers, they have no intention of coming back. Also, I found a comment online saying that they actually gave us fresh servers back in the real launch of the Burning Crusade as well. But as I did not play back then, I cannot confirm or deny this, but if they did it back then, they definitely should do it now as well. Last of all, I will leave a link to a Reddit thread where I got some of these points from in the comments down below. Please upvote the thread if you want fresh TBC servers, and the more upvotes it gets, the higher the chances are of it actually happening. So yeah, there it is guys, a couple of reasons why I want, and several other people also want, fresh TBC servers for TBC. So leave your comments down below on the subject and the topic. Let me know what you think about fresh TBC servers, why you want them, or why you don't want them, just leave your thoughts down below. And I'll say one more thing, what is the worst that can happen? If nothing else, we get to have fun for a couple of months before the economy gets ruined again, but it's still a couple of months of fun, and if it takes, let's say, half a year to ruin the economy over again, we still get half a year of fun, and Blizzard gets half a year of revenue. So yeah, that is my video on why I want fresh servers for TBC. Thank you so much for watching the video, leave a like down below, leave a comment as well, and I'll see you all again very soon.